guys, welcome to the channel. So if you're new to the channel, please subscribe and give us a thumbs up. So every year Rachel and me, we go on holidays, we take many holidays and we do races while we're on holiday. The reason for this, we're both very active people. We both get bored pretty quick. So when we're on holiday, we do a lot of cycling and a lot of running. A lot of these holidays we take are very warm. So it's good warm weather training to do a race, getting used to the heat. So this week we're going to be talking about the USA. We've been to the USA for the last couple of years.
Last 2 years, yeah.
Yeah, and we've been to the sunny states in California. Altogether we've done 6 races in the USA, and we've experienced some positives and some negatives about the USA, about the racing. So this week it's going to be USA. And the week after it's going to be France, and then we're going to change each country each week. So this week we're going to be talking about the USA, how easy it was to book a race. So in the USA, how easy was it to book a race?
Mostly fairly easy, very straightforward, I would say, for the majority of races actually. There was just one that we had a slight hiccup with, where I had to get, my brother lives in the States, and we had to use his details. He had to actually book the race for us because we couldn't put in data from here to pay for the race. So that was the only major hiccup.
What race was that?
That I think was one of the races in California.
California?
Yeah.
Actually, I booked a race in Jacksonville, and I actually had to put a fake address in because I had to put an address in and they wouldn't let me put an Irish address in. So I did put a fake address in, and I was able to pay for it because you were allowed to pick the bibs up the day before, so that was good. So sometimes you do have to put a fake address in, but it's okay if you can pick the bib up the day before or the same day. Anything else?
I don't think so. I think the easy booking overall, apart from that, was fine, pretty straightforward.
Okay. So before the race, did anything weird happen?
Well, it depends what your classification of weird is.
Anything strange that you're not used to?
Well, I suppose singing the national anthem was a little bit strange.
That was obviously on July the 4th.
That was in the lead up to July 4th, yeah.
That was actually in Nashville.
That was in Nashville, but it was also in Jacksonville, I think, as well.
Jacksonville?
Yeah.
It wasn't the 4th of July, that race?
It wasn't, no, but it was in the lead up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because we did different races that time, do you remember?
And there was one in Los Angeles as well?
There was, yes.
Yeah, it was the same there?
Yeah.
For me, something was very weird. I hope you don't get offended if you're American, okay? There's some positives and negatives, but for me, this was unusual. We're in Jackson. Is Jackson in Mississippi?
Jackson, yes.
Yeah.
It is.
So before the race, they introduced the local doctor, which is grand, that's okay. And he took a Bible out and started praying, and everyone was like, praying with him, like. And for me, this was very weird. I've never come across this in any other country in the world. However, fair enough, it's Mississippi, and it was strange.
It's I suppose for them it's probably a culture piece. That was very normalised there, whereas we found it quite unusual.
Yeah.
But that, to be fair, that route actually, though, the people we met there were lovely. They were really, really friendly, really nice.
Okay. So that's kind of it before the race.
Yeah.
How about banter at the start line? Because as we know, every country is different, cultures and stuff. Was there much banter at the start lines in America?
In the States, not so much.
No.
Not so much before, no.
People were very serious, weren't they?
Very serious, yeah.
Yeah, I remember one guy took out a GoPro and some woman shouted at him saying, "Get out of my face" and stuff.
Yeah.
But I tried to have a joke, with a few people at the start line, but they weren't biting. They were just like looking at me as thinking, he's a weirdo.
Oh, they probably couldn't understand you.
Yeah, probably. Well, yeah, that's true. So there's not much banter in America on start lines. Also, the race. What was your racing experience like?
Probably a bit mixed.
Mixed?
Yeah, like some races were very straightforward, very easy to get around, and then other courses where you would think a little bit of guidance would probably be needed. There was one race in particular that strikes me here. It was one that we did in California, and the people were lovely, and no offence, but you really could have done with some marshals, guys.
Yeah, thing with America is, right, they don't put marshals on the races. And what happened in one race in California is, I like to start off fast, so I did the first kilometre, I think around 2:50. I was in sub 16 form, and there was no marshals, and it was in some like trail, like some park, and I took everyone the wrong way. So I actually ruined the race for everyone. I took everyone the wrong way, and everyone followed me. Because what happened was there was a lot of walkers, and somebody must have kicked one of the
signs,
cones, and it was and I came to a fork in the road, and it was in the middle of it, and I thought I either take a left or a right, and you know it's like I said I take a right, and obviously it was the wrong way, so we did the course wrong. So I do apologise to everyone in where was it in California? Font Hill? Fremont. So I do apologise to everyone in Fremont. I ruined your race. This is Lee. He tends to go wrong way a lot.
Maybe we should be telling the organisers when you're going to show up so the course is going to be better monitored.
Yeah. So after the race, any banter?
Yeah. After there was some of the events that there was a bit of crack. All right, and some people were, I suppose, in a mood to celebrate at that stage. They're probably a little bit more relaxed. I remember in actually the Music City race in Nashville, yeah. They had games and everything afterwards. There's a big, I suppose, courtyard set up, and yeah, there's loads of games and stuff, and lots of food, kind of court stalls set out. So there's a celebration went on for quite some time there, and yet people seemed in much more relaxed spirits.
Yeah, they were friendly after. The Americans are very friendly. They like to talk a lot, but generally after the race, which is good. Food and drink. Well, that one had some nice food stalls. I thought the food and drink was nice.
And they had and some of the other ones like the Dash and Splash in Mississippi. That had they had watermelons, and actually got pelted with water balloons towards the end of the race.
They had watermelons in California as well. There was a few.
Yeah, a few.
Yeah, and I remember the one in Jacksonville. They had ice and
they've got popsicles there.
Popsicles, yeah.
It was the end of a heat wave for that race. I loved that one.
Yeah.
You didn't.
No. We'll talk about that later. Yeah. So t-shirts and medals.
T-shirts and medals. Some races were good for this, some not so.
Which one's this?
That is the one for the pies. That was the Jacksonville one.
Which is a singlet, which is very good. Like, America's very hot, so giving away a singlet is at least the organisers are thinking.
Yeah, and we had the one from Music City there as well.
You remember this one?
Yeah, that was
forget about that.
Dash and Splash. Yeah, we got a special award. The organisers knew that we were actually travelling from Ireland for the race, and Lee actually was the lady's name who organised that one, and she put on a special award. They had special award categories, and they did a far away award for the people who travelled the furthest distance to compete, and that was the first, I suppose, the inaugural race with that trophy.
Yeah.
So we don't know. We didn't make it back this year, obviously, for it. So we'll see. Maybe at some stage we'll go back and we'll see if that award continues. It was a really nice touch from them.
Yeah. Prizes and money.
Well, I'm just going to touch on one other piece about the medals, because there was a race that we did in California last year, which I thought was actually really unusual, and given the status of the racers, I suppose, in the States, the first three normally medal, you would say, in both sexes. I finished first for females, fourth in the race in total. You got a first place medal for finishing first, and they didn't do anything for whoever came first on the female side. So I got a medal for participation, but not for winning female. So that was, I thought, a little bit of a low point for that.
Oh yeah, I did mention this to the organisers, and they said, they'll think about it next year.
Yeah, they shouldn't be expecting girls to run as fast as guys. You're never, unless there's no really fast
elite
guys
runner,
or
obviously.
Whatever. Yeah, you're not going to stand a chance of getting a medal for that. But apart from that, they're pretty good, and the tops are good. Yeah.
Prize money.
Prize money.
There's a bit of a catch, isn't there, with some of them?
Yes.
Basically, some of the prizes are, say, top prizes. If you're not from that state and you win the race, you can't claim it. You have to be from that state. Age categories, they don't give money in America for age categories. Well, none of the races we went to anyway. They just give little medals.
You get trophies. And
trophies or medals.
I got one from Music City.
I got one, but it was wrong.
Yeah, well, actually, that one is wrong, because I finished second, but they gave me first place masters when I should have gotten a second. But it's still in a way, it's the thought that counts.
Yeah, so I would prefer. I don't like medals, to be honest. I prefer t-shirts, tops.
Yeah, but we did get a great top from them as well. Yeah. Yeah, they have a similar singlet.
My medals are in the drawer,
Yeah.
and my t-shirts I wear every day. So I do prefer t-shirts than medals.
Yeah, well, you do get more use out of them.
So the weather to racing. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. I love training in the heat. When I was in America, it was the first year was a heat wave. It was over 40 degrees and 90% humidity. I don't mind training that, but racing in it destroys me completely. Like I was in Jacksonville. I got there 2 days before.
1 day before.
1 day before.
One day
okay.
before. Yeah.
And I think it was 42 degrees and 90% humidity in 7 o'clock in the evening. And the first kilometre, I shot off with the leaders. It was 3-minute pace, and then my body died. I actually fell over the line and nearly collapsed, and I was shaking at the end of the line, and I had to sit down. I was sweating like crazy. I've never felt such pain in my life, so that was bad. About you?
Well, that race I actually did really well for the first 3 kilometres, and started out at 3:40 pace from first K, then started to slow down a little bit. My last 2K were slower, but I finished well in it still. I finished as third female and first to my age, but I didn't get affected by the heat so much, so I really enjoyed that.
It's because I'm older than you.
I know.
As you get older, your body can't get rid of the heat very well. You always notice old people moaning about the heat. So I'm in that bracket now. We did a few races, and they're always in the summer. Sunny states destroyed my body. I did bad in every race. I didn't actually win a race. I should have won 2 because of the heat. I came second and third, I think. I just destroyed the first race in Jacksonville. Like, I won the age category in all the races, but my times are bad. They were the slowest times I've ran in probably 10 years or whatever. Then the year after in California, I won 2 races, and I won age category in one of the races because it wasn't that hot, was it?
It wasn't as hot there, no.
I think it wasn't the heat, it's humidity. It was hot. It was like probably 20 odd degrees, but the humidity wasn't like 90%. It was probably 40%. So if you're racing abroad, say America or sunny states, the humidity is a killer. It is a killer. I'm telling you now, it kills you. You come out of your hotel and the sweat's just pouring off you straight away. You lose probably 6 bloody pounds before you get to the race.
Some of them are quite well set up though with the water jets and sprays. Through, I suppose, towards the latter halves of the course they had them. Which was nice, to be fair. Nice and cool.
Food in America?
A bit of a mixed bag, I would say.
So basically the food, we tend to book Airbnbs, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because the food, if you go to the supermarket, the food's very sweet.
It is, yes. There seems to be a lot of added sugar, which is a bit of a shock to the system.
Yeah, even the gherkins is very sweet. We don't have sweet gherkins here really, and you have about 6 different sugars in your gherkins, corn syrup and everything. Even the bread is very sweet.
Yeah.
Like if you go to top restaurants, the food's okay, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's very expensive though.
It is.
I think we paid €30 for a pizza and €80 for wine.
Something like
yeah,
that.
and you have to tip as well.
Yeah.
So it is very expensive, the USA. So just remember, you're going to be spending a lot of money on food because it is expensive, isn't it? Like I think the cheapest places are McDonald's and Burger King's, but you don't want to be eating fast food every day. No, we had McDonald's a few times. I felt sick, to be honest with you, because there wasn't many places for us to eat. To be honest with you, in some places, because we're both vegan, so it's difficult. They've never even heard of the word vegan in the sunny states. California was good for vegan food, but the sunny states not so much. So the year after, we decided to get an RV because hotels. What do you think about the hotels in America?
Well, the ones we stayed in were really interesting.
So the first year we did a budget. We didn't go the expensive hotels. We did because we're not used to America, so we don't know how bad the hotels are. We did Mobile 6,
Yeah. Super 6,
Super 6,
Yeah.
Super 7, Lucky 7.
The night is right.
Yeah, you should already know by the names these are going to be dodgy hotels, and they are dodgy. They're dirty. There's strange characters inside some of these hotels.
Quirky.
Yeah, like first, I think one hotel we went to, there was just kids running down the
that was
hallway.
Yeah, that was in New Orleans. Yeah, they were mental.
Yeah. I think it was. I don't know. I don't want to really say, but anyway, yeah. So hotels are expensive. unless you stay in a motel or a Super 6 or Lucky 7, whatever it is. So the year after we took an RV.
We did.
RV was brilliant.
Yeah.
You got everything in there. We went to the supermarkets, we filled the fridge up, it was grand. But supermarket food's very expensive as well, isn't it?
It is, actually, yeah. I'm
Especially-
surprised by that.
Yeah, especially if you want fruit. For some reason, fruit in America is triple the price, even though it's grown there, which was very strange. And some of the Walmarts didn't even do produce.
Yeah, or else they had a very, very small area in comparison
Yeah.
to the, I suppose, other produce that was available in the shop.
You have to go to those
So it was
farmer supermarkets, don't you?
Farmer's Barn or something.
Yeah, and the produce is so expensive. Very expensive. I don't know how you afford to live there, guys. Seriously, you're better off just moving to Europe. It's a lot cheaper. So that's the hotels. Results easy to find after.
Some of them are fairly straightforward.
Some of them did take days.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
did take
most
days,
definitely.
which I'm not happy with. Like this day and age, results should be up when the race finishes. Basically, it should be up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It should be up.
Well,
unless-
they know the results when you cross the line.
Yeah, unless they haven't got Wi-Fi or whatever,
Yeah.
it should be up the same day. So that was America. It was. Would we go back to America?
I would say we are going back to America
When are we going back to America?
next year
Why?
because the World Indoor Masters Championships is on in Florida.
Yeah, and I'm going to come to break world records, guys. So you Americans, you watch out. I'm going to take the 800 indoor, the 50 indoor, and the 3000 indoor.
Just make sure you have a water pipe to hose him down because he's probably going to overheat again.
And where's that? It's in Florida, actually.
Florida.
No, it's indoor.
Indoor, yeah, but you walk outside and you'll be sweating buckets.
I won't walk outside. I stay inside. Aircon. No problems. I'll be grand. And obviously, what you're going to be doing when you go to America, same as me.
Who knows?
Who knows with Rachel?
Watch this space.
Yeah, watch your space. So we'll be back to America next year. Right, our next one is going to be about France. So come back next time and we'll talk about France. And France is a very interesting one, actually. You'll have to come back. There is strange things that you have to do in France before you pick a race. Anyway, guys, train hard or die trying. See you next time.